Well, great balls of fire, Bubba. What happened, Buford? That crazy son of a Sal blew right through that four-way stop on Main Street and plowed into my cowboy Cadillac.
Your what?
My pickup truck. And I'm pretty sure my leg is broken, Ted.
Oh, quit your bitching, Buford, and talk with those side busters at the Advocates Law Firm. When I got busted up last month, well, shoot, they made sure those snakes at the insurance company played fair.
Boy, howdy. Even that creepy so-and-so Kyle earned his keep.
So if you get injured, the advocates get results. AdvocatesLaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Hey, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. The shot's not very long. Mike brought this one to my attention. There's an unidentified woman from the Netherlands, and she shared this story on Reddit. Basically, it was just a job interview that she had with the CEO of the company. I mean, she's interviewing with the CEO. Now, here's the thing about this. COVID-19 is around the world, so a lot of people... instead of doing a handshake, maybe they bump fists. Some people bump elbows, right? You see people bumping elbows all the time. Well, she's not tracking with this, so at the end of the interview, he puts out his COVID-19 elbow, but she doesn't recognize what he's doing, so what did she do? She linked arms with him like they're a couple. She then says it led to a long, awkward pause and him finally saying, quote, I meant to give you an elbow bump. But she still managed to get a second job.
Okay.
So he throws that chicken wing out there. She links arms. He's just like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Remember the video you watched. Remember the video you watched. Remember the video you watched.
That's awesome. That is so awkward. It's like, I'm sensitive.
I'm in management. Remember the video. I'm in management. Remember
right.
the video.
Say nothing, but she's getting the job. All right, so we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola!
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Here comes a turd. All right, on Sit and Spin this week, we have the top 10 worst songs of the 70s.
Yay.
Courtesy of Rolling Stone magazine. Thank you so much, Ryan Castle, for that. And with that, we decided to put, out of the decade known as the 70s, the number 1 and the number 2 worst songs at battle today on a Bad Choice Friday. So your options, the number 2 worst song of the 70s, that would be the Starland Vocal Band and Afternoon Delight, against Rick Dees and Disco Duck, which, as the readers of Rolling Stone magazine said, was the worst song of said decade. You did the voting in Men's Room Live on Twitter. Mike, how were the votes?
It's a close battle today, Miles, but in the end, there is nothing people want more on a positive Friday than a little afternoon delight.
You got to be kidding.
Well, great balls of fire, Bubba. What happened, Buford? That crazy son of a Sal blew right through that four-way stop on Main Street and plowed into my cowboy Cadillac.
Your what?
My pickup truck. And I'm pretty sure my leg is broken, Ted.
Oh, quit your bitching, Buford, and talk with those side busters at the Advocates Law Firm. When I got busted up last month, well, shoot, they made sure those snakes at the insurance company played fair.
Boy, howdy. Even that creepy so-and-so Kyle earned his keep.
So if you get injured, the advocates get results. AdvocatesLaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with 10.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices tonight: James Corden,
James Corden,
Seth Meyers,
okay,
the Jimmies, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
That's it. It's right there in the title. All these guys have teams of professional writers that come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late-night joke, and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
An investor had almost $2 million worth of Bitcoin in a digital wallet, but can't remember his password to unlock it. It gets worse. He tried to unlock it 8 times and only has 2 more times left to try, or the device will self-delete. Dude, I start sweating when I get over 2 with my Zappos password.
Fallon. Kimmel.
Fallon.
This is insane. I read that an investor has over $200 million worth of Bitcoin in a digital wallet, but can't remember his password to unlock it. Now, it gets worse. He's already tried 8 times, and he only has 2 more tries to get it right, or the device will self-delete. Dude, I start sweating when I'm over 2 with my Zappos password.
I don't think I've ever ordered anything off Zappos.
I never have.
Tell you what, though.
It's the same people as 6pm.com. You ever order anything from them?
I have not.
Yeah.
I thought Zappos was just shoes. The girl upstairs gets a lot of Zappos.
That's my understanding of it, but I don't know.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but in a new article, Jennifer Lopez, who is 51, by the way, she revealed the 5 things she does to stay young looking. And good news, Lisa, you're doing none of these.
Ted Smith.
Damn it! Trying to go for a Myers thing there. By the way, I see these articles all the time. I get people click on them as Jennifer Lopez. Like, this won't shock you. She's not out getting drunk, staying up late at night, and eating crap. Like, right? Look at her. She's 51. You know how she looks like that? She don't drink booze. She gets 8 hours of sleep, and she maintains a healthy lifestyle.
And it's her job.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I'm just saying, sometimes people are like, can you believe? It's like, I'm sorry. Outside of, somebody in a rock band, you're not going to find many people that are like, yeah, I just been partying.
She has a personal chef, doesn't drink much. She's a dancer.
Yeah.
So you physically stay in shape, and it's her gig, man.
Officials in Russia have launched an investigation after a monkey appeared in a state-run Christmas performance wearing a Nazi uniform. Well, what they said was, we have 2 problems with your baby Jesus.
Seth Meyers.
That is Seth Meyers.
Officials in Russia have launched an investigation after a monkey appeared in a state-run circus Christmas performance wearing a Nazi uniform. Well, what they said was, we have 2 problems with your baby Jesus.
It was just announced that Lady Gaga and Jennifer Lopez will sing at the President-elect Biden inauguration. Lady Gaga said she's going to change the words in Shallow to be about Biden's water aerobic class.
Seth Meyers.
Jimmy Fallon.
It was just announced that Lady Gaga and Jennifer Lopez will sing at the President-elect Biden's inauguration. Lady Gaga said that she's going to change the words in Shallow to be about Biden's water aerobics class.
Those water aerobics classes are great for older people.
Yeah. They get up early, they get out of the pool.
Yeah, and it's low impact. You know? It's awesome stuff.
You want to get in the water after them, though?
Yes.
I know I pee, but I'm doing it on purpose.
You know what? I wouldn't mind going to one of those classes. I feel like I could dominate it.
Well, based on who else is
water
there.
aerobics. Saved an 81-year-old man from drowning.
I'm just going to be like, Jesus, Mabel, you can't even do this one.
Come on, Mabel.
You can't do down dog underwater, dog.
All right. So obviously, I have a couple lists. This one is the most streamed TV shows of 2020.
All right.
Now, what that means is these aren't the most streamed original shows. These are TV shows.
Just whatever's on the platforms. It's not their original content, I'm guessing.
Right. And this won't shock you. All 10 of them were on Netflix, which is probably why we have so many other services popping up. A lot of these I've never seen. Vampire Diaries.
I have not seen it.
Doesn't seem
I've
like
heard the
doesn't
name,
seem like my
but
speed, but maybe it is. Not trying to judge a book by the cover there, but
for some reason I feel like the Vampire Diaries, maybe it's just the glittery vampires ruin vampires for me, but I'm like, I feel like it's more for teenagers.
Well, it's not even, that's what I was going to say. It's not even vampire that throws me. It's Diaries.
Yeah,
once you add Diaries, I'm like, okay, this is Lifetime stuff.
Yeah,
it might be Lifetime for teenagers, but it's not my cup of tea.
Right. Well, and generally, like, I know people that journal, but I wouldn't say I keep a diary.
Not after 16.
Well, there's Diary of a Madman. That might be the one diary where I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's a solid point.
Otherwise, I'm just looking at it now. The Vampire Diaries is an American supernatural teen drama television series.
Yep, there you go.
What else you got? Like, 'cause I'm going to have to Google all of it.
The Blacklist.
I remember that. That was Network. That's who's the
right.
actor?
So a lot of these shows are all on Netflix now, but most of them started off on network stuff.
James Spader.
James Spader, right?
And he plays James Spader,
which is a
creepy dude.
He is the worst. I don't know what he's like as an actual human.
I think he's the same,
but he just plays such a swarmy little.
He would be good, even though he didn't have nothing to do with the Karate Kid. If he showed up on Cobra Kai as
it
a
would
jerk,
make sense.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, but the problem with James Spader is that he's the jerk that never actually took a punch.
That's true. He's always like the rich kid, never got beat up.
Right. That's how he comes off to me, like this super rich kid that like you can't even like pop him once. Sorry,
James Spader, the rich kid you can't even hit.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next on the list is New Girl. Shameless makes the list. Shameless I've seen. That's a very good show. Pretty funny.
William H. Macy, right?
Yes. Yeah. Supernatural makes the list. I believe is that Supernatural the precursor to Superman?
No.
That was
Smallville.
That was Smallville.
Okay.
Supernatural is the one about the two ghost hunters, demon hunter guys. It was on like CW11 forever.
All right. Next on the list, Miles, your favorite show, S Creek.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
That's solid one.
I still haven't seen the last season.
Really?
Well, it won a lot of awards.
It did. Maybe it's on Netflix now. Last time I checked, it was only 6. So they'll add it eventually, I hope.
All right. Now, what's a show that has been dominating as long as we've been doing this radio show?
Dominating?
Dominating.
Start on network?
Yep.
Big Bang Theory?
Nope. When I used to read the ratings every week, it was always number.
CSI.
NCIS.
NCIS.
There you go, Mike. Good work.
God damn.
After that, you have Criminal Minds.
Okay.
After that, you have the show I was a star of for years, Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, yeah. You were great. I cannot believe they killed your character off.
I know. Well, I got in a fight with the writer.
I know.
He walks home on first till every day is dangerous.
And then number one, this won't shock you, The Office.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So, like we were telling you, like The Office is great. And you're right. You can jump in and jump out, but if you watch it from the beginning, you're like, holy cow, the show is funny.
It is a funny ass show.
It's also weird because you realize, like, Steve Carell is kind of one of those, and a lot of the comedic actors are. Like, I feel like stand-up guys are a little different sometimes.
Sure.
But a lot of the comedic actors are just so serious. Like, I've heard Will Ferrell's not that funny when he's not trying to be.
Right. He's just...
And Steve Carell just strikes me as a very serious kind of person, but played a jackass very well.
He does. But sometimes I think those are the guys that play a jackass better.
Yeah, it's just a different style.
Yeah. Sounds like Updog in here. All right, so now these are the most streamed TV shows that are the originals.
Okay, all right.
Do you have any guesses?
This is the last year.
This is 2020.
Cobra Kai.
Not on the list.
Wow, then I'm not going to be good at this.
The Boys?
Nope. Come on, think about when the pandemic. Mandalorian. There you go.
Right, good answer.
Yeah, thank you.
Think about pandemic. Now remember, right? Like Cobra Kai. Tiger King.
Okay.
Good call. All right. Now you're getting it.
I don't know. Handmaid's Tale, Jack Ryan. I'm just trying to think of shows that I know are streaming.
How about like the Queen's Gambit? That one came in a little bit later.
Nope. Queen's not on there. There is a show that involves Britain.
The Crown?
The Crown is on there?
Is it a Downton Abbey? Abbey Downton? What?
No.
All right.
And then also the Great British Baking Show.
Oh, yeah.
That does not appeal to any part of me. The
You
Brits are known for their really delicious food, however.
That's why there's so many good, great English
I
restaurants.
know. Everywhere you go.
Every corner.
I will say
every
that
corner.
I do trust the Brits on baking only because
I'll
beef
give it.
Wellington is phenomenal.
That
and the
correct.
fact that you can cook a red meat inside of a puff pastry.
You put anything in a puff pastry, it just got better.
Yeah. Cover myself in a puff pastry. You on Netflix. That made the list. Longmire.
Longmire?
Longmire is supposed to be very good. I gotta get on
Is
that.
it a
Check
comedy? Is it a drama?
Ooh, Western, our boy VD's really big into it. He read the books.
Of
Yeah.
course he did.
Boss Baby. Back in business.
Oh, God.
Boss Baby.
Yeah, I forgot the Boss Baby got fired. That was weird. All right, so
I've seen the movie.
other things on the list are Lucifer, and then number one. This was the most watched show, original show. I'm pretty sure we've all seen it,
All right.
at least some of it. Think about it. Pandemic,
All right.
people were fired up. Right,
Man, I'm
it's been a
blanking.
few months since the last season came out, so it kind of cooled off. We haven't been talking about it. You know, it's hard to remember what was going on in the summer.
I know. I'm just thinking, like, apparently this show was huge.
Yeah. Well, in the summertime, sometimes it's refreshing to go to the lake.
Ozark.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why, like, Tiger, like, I mean, you almost forget that everybody in the world was obsessed with Tiger King for a few months.
Right. Because it was so ridiculous.
Yeah, and everybody was just stuck at home. There wasn't much else to do.
He ain't stuck at home anymore.
By the way, regarding The Office, just going to read two comments. The Office is a sum of more than just its episodes. It's a legacy. Followed by The Office straight up sucks. It's so
Two different opinions.
Yeah, I mean, I can't sit here and defend, like, Friends, but I will defend The Office.
Oh, I'll defend The Office for sure.
I mean, the only problem with The Office is there was, like, a couple seasons where you're just, like, the Pam and Jim stuff.
I don't care about your love story.
Yeah.
I do not care about your love story.
Same with Schitt's Creek for me.
Yeah.
It was just too much love after a while. I like the comedy. Don't
Too
get me
much
wrong.
love.
I get it. Everybody's in love. But I mean, it's just like they put
It's too much love.
It's too much time into the plot love. You know what I mean?
You need to suck some
Right, and
love out of
sometimes,
this
too,
show.
like, I'm just one of those people, right? Like, that's one thing I liked about Seinfeld. It was always a comedy.
Right.
There was
You
little
might
storylines.
date, but you ain't loving
I need
anybody.
more.
Right.
What's the guy's name? Chris, is it Elliott or who's the guy in
Chris Elliott, yeah.
Chris Elliott. I need more of him.
God, he was
more
awesome.
comedy.
You want to buy a monkey?
Right.
That is a deep reference.
Yes.
All right, let's talk some football.
Okay.
Obviously, the Seahawks are out, which sucks. But also, me and Mike were saying earlier, carefree. Hey, go home. Get pissed drunk. Light the grill on fire. Who cares? Because you're just watching football to watch football again.
Right.
Not half of the studio disagrees with you.
Well, I will say this.
No, I'm
At least-
saying you guys still have your Ravens playing, so you have a
Stress.
right.
But I will say, as far as, I mean, I would never want to bet on football because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But as far as the matchups that are being played, these are really good, equally matched teams on every single game, on all four games. And everyone has anybody could win.
So we start Saturday with the Green Bay Packers hosting the Rams. After that, you'll have the Bills hosting a team from Baltimore.
Let's go!
Sunday, you have the Chiefs, obviously the Baltimore Ravens. Sunday, you have the
Oh, I
Chiefs
thought you were saying someone else. My bad.
hosting the Browns. And then Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, you have the Saints hosting the Buccaneers. I'm with you. I feel like these are all pretty good games. I do think the Ravens-Bills game, I mean, I'm just hoping for a shootout.
I think there's going to be one epic game, and hopefully all the others are
I think it's
close.
going to be the Baltimore game. I just think those
I don't
teams
know.
are most evenly matched.
I
is my
think
thing.
that Cleveland and Chiefs game is going to be just a
over-under is gonna be
heavyweight boxing match.
200 points.
It's going to be like 72 to 64
Right.
or some crap like that.
I will tell you this. I do think, and obviously I'm probably going to watch all four games, but even though it's the divisional round, like I think there's going to be at least a upset, if not two, maybe one each day.
Who do you think is the most? I think the most likely upset, and I'm not based on Vegas odds, just my personal opinion of it, would be the Rams over Green Bay, only because the Rams' defense is ridiculous, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers has played anything.
See, like
that.
I think your Ravens win. I don't. To me, that wouldn't
It's
seem
not
like a
upset.
massive
They're a
upset.
2.5 point underdog. It's
Right.
not- I mean,
I think honestly, I think the biggest one. I'm with Miles. I think the Browns might take the Chiefs,
yeah.
and that's like a 10-point spread. I might start betting.
Yeah,
Get some juice.
I don't think the Rams have enough firepower to keep up. If Green Bay
If Green Bay can get in, but that's my thing. The Rams defense slows down Aaron Rodgers, but is what's-his-face good enough to go? I don't know.
Okay. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to the Men's Room.
Oh, fiddlesticks! What, Wilbur? We just got hit and I think my back has all been out of shape.
You gotta talk with those whippersnappers at the Advocates Law Firm. They're the best injury lawyers around.
What? Pipe down, Clarence! Abner's telling me about the lawyers and the advocates. So what happened to you, Abner?
I was walking across the street with the light when some young punk came screeching around the corner. I lost a toe.
What? Shut it, Clarence! If you get injured, the advocates get results.
AdvocatesLaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Couple say a new vibrator available on Amazon is so powerful it will, quote, wake your neighbors up.
Oh, yeah.
If you're wondering if that's a $350,000 car totaled at a car wash, the answer is yeah. Woman gets revenge on cheating boyfriend by pouring glitter all over his place. When you return your rental car full of drugs, the cops will definitely be on the case. An alert waitress in Florida might have saved an abused boy's life. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, top story, some good news on a positive Friday. A man in Missouri did something heroic after he saw a truck burst into flames after a nasty crash. Video captured the event where the man walked up to the burning semi-truck and sprang into action, kicking out the windshield and hauling the driver out.
Wow.
When being interviewed after the scene, the man says that he had the mentality that if the truck explodes, this is where God meant to have me, and couldn't sit by and do nothing to help. He says we're all heroes. It just takes something like this to find it.
Cool. All right.
Absolutely. There was a lot of cars just kind of sitting there. It was something that, you know, one of those where I would think, just because I can see that mentality, whereas the firefighters are there, they're doing their job. I don't want to get in their way. I don't want to screw up anything of theirs. So I'm going to sit here nice and comfy and safe. This guy's like, no, F that. I'm going to go get this truck driver out of there. So good on him. Good on him. Another news, more good news. A waitress down in Florida did something heroic as well after seeing a troubling situation at a table that she was working at. The family of three raised suspicion after it appeared that the parents were keeping their 11-year-old from ordering anything, as well as the bruises all over his face. Thinking quickly, the waitress held up a sign that was only in his view that read, quote, "Do you need help?" To which the boys simply nodded. Police were notified and investigated the situation and found that the boy was going without food at a restaurant was the least worrisome of how he was being treated, and his parents were taken into custody and he's being relocated. So she absolutely did save his life. They were saying this was unhealthy and unsafe is putting it lightly as to what this kid was going through.
Wow.
Absolutely horrific circumstances and treatment that he was going through. And that
he was being shackled to a door.
Jesus.
By his ankles.
Yeah.
Upside down.
Right.
Yes.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. That is in the story.
Christ.
They would hang him upside down. Yes.
And beat him.
He would go without food as punishment regularly.
What is wrong with people?
I have no idea.
Good God.
But the positive thing is that this waitress took notice, jumped into action. She didn't let any, this isn't what would you do. She jumped in there, said this kid needs help, and proved it. So
I mean, look, I just duct tape my kids to the walls.
Never a door, because
never a door.
I don't want to chip the paint. They're too hard to paint a door.
No, then you're going to screw up the hinges.
Right.
You don't want none of that. No. We go to New York, where officers got an interesting call from a rental car company. So all the good news stories are done. The officers made their way over to the company after hearing that someone had dropped off a rented car, and they found drugs inside.
How do you forget your drugs? Jesus.
A lot of drugs, cash, everything.
What?
When officers got there, they were happy to find the two gentlemen that had returned the car that had come back to the company in order to recover said drugs that they had left behind.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Don't you...
Right.
I've had to rent cars before, and I'm going to be honest with you. I would be so excited if I got into my car rental and there are drugs and cash inside.
Absolutely.
But baby, this vacation's going to be even goddamn better than we thought.
Then you get Horace and Mo on your trail, though, looking for their drugs, man.
Well, okay, that's a different thing. Sure.
But again,
Just stupid can you be?
Sometimes you got to let it go.
Right.
Like, dude, you've got to let this go.
So were they running the drugs with the rental car, you think? Or were they just on vacation? They just had all their drugs?
No, they're running the drugs if they have all that cash. They left cash in there as well.
Yes.
Like, right.
Yeah.
You're running drugs. And basically, they said, look, we have to risk this because whoever's drugs these are, whoever we have to give this cash to is going to kill us.
Right.
If we say, we left. Their best thing is that they got arrested.
I just feel like that's like returning a rental car at the airport and then forgetting your luggage in the car.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. There's
exactly
one thing that you have in there.
That's it. That's all that matters.
And
That's
wherever
why you rented the car.
Right, and wherever you're going, you need what you have in there.
Yes.
Oh, shoot, we forgot the drugs in the car. Let's go back where
I thought you had them.
Where I'm sure they haven't had the moment to look through the car and find all the doggone drugs that are in the car and totally haven't called the cops if they have.
Well, look, again, if I found it, the cops are not getting called. I'm getting high.
That's right. They found 46 pounds of coke in there.
But we had 50.
Did you?
Well.
Oh, there are couples on Amazon that are going online to brag about a marital aid that they bought that's getting rave reviews. Multiple reviews online have had customers gushing over the product, saying that the intensity has gone so far as to wake their neighbors. They also said it's so powerful that it can be used to massage most anywhere on the body, including your back, your neck.
But you can make a milkshake with it, too.
It's a massager.
It's not a massager.
It's a massager. It's got a nice wand handle to it and a big old bulbous head on it that is used if your back is sore. You know, you're an iron welder and you got those shoulder blades are hurting. You just rub it right there on your back.
This would be great for iron welders.
Absolutely.
You just absolutely read my mind.
Absolutely.
Hey, well, iron welders are going, honey, what did you do with my massager?
Keep it a PG. That's it for headlines with that. Mike Huckins out.
We made it, bitches. All right. If you got a 3-day weekend, enjoy it. Do us a favor and root for our Ravens if you could.
Please.
And we'll be hungover, so we'll see you Tuesday. That's
Yes,
just in all
indeed.
honesty.
But in the meantime, we be all up out this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.